Hello everyone, welcome to this presentation about Leonardo da Vinci, the most curious person ever lived on this planet. Before we go into this presentation, let me introduce myself. I am Madhuri and I did a lot of research about him before I made this presentation, and I hope we together learn about him as much as we can. Before we dig deeper, I'm going to give you all a little introduction about Leonardo da Vinci, which is enough to amaze you all. Leonardo excelled in multiple disciplines. He was a painter, an engineer, and a scientist, and we talk about these roles in much detail in further slides. Leonardo, as an architect, designed churches and domes. As a musician, he designed a keyboard operated bell, and as an anatomist, he dissected more than 30 bodies and recorded the process of arteriosclerosis. As a writer, Leonardo planned to write treatises on painting, anatomy, and sculpture, but he never published them. As an inventor, he designed various devices for wars and theatrical extravaganza. And as a sculptor, he designed a horse monument, but the French troops destroyed the clay model of it before Leonardo could actually make the real one. So let's try to learn about the basic facts about him. Leonardo was born on 15th April 1452 in a village called Vinci in Italy. He was an illegitimate son of a wealthy legal notary and a beautiful peasant girl. He grew up in his family estate. His legitimacy freed him to pursue his interests, so he strived to be remembered by the history as a man with remarkable abilities but not as an illegitimate son. Leonardo mastered anatomy, geometry, and science. He learned all of those things out of his curiosity, but he combined his art with his science. Leonardo, in his last days, was well treated by the king of his France. Leonardo died on May 2, 1519, at the age of 67. Let's try to look at the legacy Leonardo left. People still stand in line for hours to savor the beauty of his artworks. Bill Gates bought his notebook Codex Leicester for $13.8 billion. Leonardo as a painter. For him, the science and the art were one and the same. Now we are looking at the most reproduced religious painting of all the time, The Last Supper. It was a product of science and art. Leonardo's mastery over the deployment of perspective, light, and shade made this art brilliant. I'm pretty sure that most of you know this painting. This is Mona Lisa, the epitome of beauty and mystery. Leonardo used the technique called suo moto to create that smoky look and uncertain smile, and people still wonder about her true intentions. Is she smiling or is she sad? We never know. It's a mysterious smile. Leonardo as a military engineer. His fantasy, observation, and experimentation drove his engineering. This chariot with huge blades proves how imaginative Leonardo was, and this is the design of the Leonardo as a military engineer. These are other military devices designed by Leonardo, a giant crossbow, an armored tank, machines to push away the ladders, but these were never really built. This is the design of crossbow. These are other designs of armored tank and other designs of for military engineering. Some designs which made it onto the battlefield were Vlog, an odometer, and the map of Imola. This is the map of Imola. Its aerial view made this map quite different from the maps of that time. Leonardo, as a scientist, he liked to call himself as a disciple of experience and experiment. The basis of his science. There are like four things: the observation, experimentation, testing them with more observations, and finding patterns are the basis of his science. As we have seen, Leonardo did amazing things across various disciplines. What was so special about him? He achieved all of those things with default human nature. What is it? It is his curiosity. We used to be very curious when we were kids, but as we grew up, we lost that. But what if we can sustain that curiosity throughout our life? We become just like Leonardo da Vinci. Now let's take a peek into his random day. This is the to-do list of the Leonardo. On a random day, he wanted to measure the Milan and draw it. He wanted to learn arithmetic and hydraulics from a teacher. And the next thing, most probably put you in great astonishment, he wanted to observe the tongue of a woodpecker. This is something so trifling, something we don't care, but he was curious. This one example shows how intensely curious was Leonardo. He would pause and wonder at things we don't care. Another aspect about Leonardo which is most impressive about him is that his journaling. Historians speculate that he might have written around 25,000 pages in his lifetime, but we lost them. But now 7,200 pages of his notebooks were survived and are available to us now. This belongs to his anatomical studies. We respect him by learning about him. If Leonardo could do all of those things, we can too. For that, we need to learn the principles he followed in his life. There are like 7 principles: curiosity, a quest to learn knowledge; demonstration, experimenting your knowledge; sensation, refining your senses; suo moto, embracing your doubts; art and science, learning from various disciplines; corporality, cultivation of grace and poise, like wear nice clothes, smile, and be confident; and connection, recognizing that everything in this world is interconnected. Let us all try to cultivate all these 7 habits in our lives. I think a way to respect our role models is to live our life as richly as they lived. Thank you for listening, and I hope this video helped you to learn about him. Thank you.